This tutorial will show you how to use the 4-axis functions in madCAM. First thing to do is to set up madCAM for 4-axis. And we click on the madCAM options. We can select axis setup, and we have 3-axis, 4-axis and 3 different kinds of 5-axis machines. If we select the 4-axis, we have a rotation table, and we can set the direction of the A-axis, and the direction is a vector for x, y and z. So 1, 0, 0 will set the A-axis to rotate around the x-axis. Then it's just to click OK. We are going to machine this model, and we have created a 3D model for our stock material. First thing to do is to select the model for madCAM. Next thing to do is to select cutter for the roughing. We could pick a 6mm flat end, 0.5mm stock to leave. Then we select our stock model, and then we can create a 3D roughing toolpath. But when working with 4-axis, we can decide from which direction to machine, and this is controlled from the construction planes in Rhino. So I think this one we can machine from 2 sides. So we can pick the C-plane world front, and then we can apply a 3D roughing toolpath. And here we can see that the toolpath is going all the way down to the other side, and then we can use the clipping planes to control the depth. So if we set the bottom clipping plane to 0, it will stop at the center of the A-axis, and then we can delete the toolpath, and then it's just to regenerate the roughing toolpath. And now we can see it only goes half the way down. Okay, now it's just to create the toolpath on the other side. So select C-plane world back and generate the next toolpath. And there we have the roughing toolpath from the other side. If we hide the stock model, we can see that the toolpath will only cut where it finds material from the stock model. And we can also run the simulator to see the cutting motion. And we can control the speed, speed it up a little bit. We can see it will rough material in Z levels. Okay, let's create the finishing toolpath. And now we can cut the model from the top. Select the C-plane world top, and we pick another cutter, 5mm cutter, ball end, and we can create a Z level finishing. We can pick the region to cut inside, Z level finishing, and here we can set surfaces only. This will make a toolpath that only will be created where the cutter is in contact with the surface, so it will not cut all the way down. And there we have the Z level finishing toolpath. And now we set C-plane world bottom, and there we have the toolpath from the other side. Okay, let's take a look in the simulator. So far we have looked at the indexed 4-axis machining functions, and actually it is just the same function as for 3-axis, except that we use the construction planes in Rhino. Well, we have a couple of continuous 4-axis functions, and we can show you some of them. First we select a 5mm ball end cutter, and we select a region, 4-axis parallel finishing, and this will rotate the A-axis and go back and forth along the X-axis, and we can set the step over, and if we set 5 degrees and rotation angles 360 degrees is all the way around the model, and we can have one direction or a zigzag, and we can set safe clearance for the rapid traverses, and we can set ramp depth and ramp angle. Okay, click OK, and madCAM calculates the 4-axis parallel finishing toolpath. And here we can see the toolpath. And if we open the simulator, we can simulate the cutter motion. Another way is to project a toolpath that goes between two curves, and it's called 4-axis between curves. So you pick first curve and the second curve, and then you can set the step over, direction, ramp, and safe clearance. Click OK, and madCAM generates the toolpath. And here we can see it is a projected toolpath, and we can take a look in the simulator. Can slow down a little bit. Thank you very much.